go back to the second part, the concluding part of our lesson on adverbial clauses. Okay, remember we said there are adverbial clauses, there are adjectival clauses, and noun clauses, but that in this lesson we are concentrating on adverbial clauses. We have looked at words that introduces adverbial clauses. By introducing, we mean that these words are the head words or the first words in any underlying expression. Okay, so we've taken some examples of them. Now we are going to look at each type of adverbial clause, take some examples, look at their grammatical name and function. For instance, or lesson number 1, adverbial clause of condition. Adverbial clause of condition. An adverbial clause of condition states the condition necessary for the action of the main clause to take place. Let me take that again. An adverbial clause of condition states the condition necessary for the action of the main clause. That is, the verb in the main clause, for that action in the main clause to take place. Now let's look at an example. If the students make a noise, they will surely be punished. If the students make a noise, they will surely be punished. The underlined expression here is, if the student make a noise. Now, if the student make a noise is a subordinate clause because it cannot stand on its own. It will not make complete sense. They will surely be punished is the main clause. Because it can stand on its own, it makes complete sense. Now remember that adverbial clauses modifies the verb in the main clause. So if we underline, if the students make a noise, and we say, what is the grammatical name of the underlined expression? The underlined expression, if they make a noise, this is the condition for which they will be punished. It is if they make a noise that they will be punished. If they do not make noises, they will not be punished. So the grammatical name is adverbial clause of condition. Adverbial clause of condition. And what is the function of this adverbial clause of condition? It is modifying, or it is telling us more about the verb in the main clause, which is punished. It is telling us more about the verb in the main clause, which is punished. That is, the students will only be punished if they make a noise. Okay, now let's take a second example. Pam can pass all his papers. Pam can pass all his papers provided he studies hard. Provided he studies hard. The underlying expression is provided he studies hard. So, Pam can pass all his papers, can stand on its own. It's the main clause because it makes complete sense and can stand on its own. Provided he studies hard cannot stand on its own because it does not make complete sense. So now, provided he studies hard has been underlined. Provided he studies hard is a condition for Pam passing all his papers. So what is the grammatical name of provided he studies hard? Yes, the grammatical name is adverbial clause of condition. What is the function of this underlined expression? It is modifying or telling us more about the verb in the main clause, which is can pass. Pam can pass all his papers. It is modifying or telling us more about the verb in the main clause, which is can pass. Okay, I hope now that you have gotten adverbial clause of condition. We'll move to the second type of adverb, and we look at adverbial clause of manner. Adverbial clause of manner. This shows us how the verb in the main clause is performed. This shows us how the verb in the main clause is performed. For example, the man is speeding as if he has won a lottery. The man is speeding as if he has won a lottery. Now, the man is speeding is the main clause and it can stand on its own. As if he has won a lottery is the subordinate clause as it cannot stand on its own. The underlined expression is the subordinate clause as if he has won a lottery. So, the way the man is speeding is as if he has won a lottery. Okay, so what is the grammatical name for the expression as if he has won a lottery? The grammatical name is adverbial clause of manner. Adverbial clause of manner. And what is its function? Its function is to show us how the man is speeding. So it is showing us the action, is telling us more about the action in the main clause. So, as if he has won a lottery modifies the verb is speeding. Okay, now let's go to adverbial clause of purpose, and that is where we will stop for this lesson. We will continue with adverbial clauses in our next lessons. Adverbial clause of purpose shows us the motive behind the action of the verb in the main clause. Adverbial clause of purpose shows us the motive behind the action of the verb in the main clause. Example: Pam campaigned very well so that he might be elected as the class representative. Pam campaigned very well so that he might be elected as the class representative. Now the underlined expression is so that he might be elected as the class representative. The main clause is Pam campaigned very well. So what is the grammatical name of so that he might be elected as the class representative? The reason or the purpose of his campaign is so that he will be elected as the class representative. So the underlined expression, the grammatical name, is adverbial clause of purpose. Adverbial clause of purpose. And what is its function? It is modifying the verb campaign. It is modifying the verb campaign. Okay, with this, we are concluding. We are stopping the class for today. I would like to give you a little classwork. As usual, I will advise you to attend to your classwork, submit your books to me through your parents or your guardians on Friday, and have your parent or guardian come pick it up on Monday after it has been marked. Corrections will be made in subsequent classes. I hope you have your book and your biros ready, and this is the classwork. State the grammatical name and the function of the following underlined expressions. Number 1. If you tell me more stories, I shall reward you. If you tell me more stories, I shall reward you. Please underline, if you tell me more stories. Underline, if you tell me more stories. Number 2. She is walking as if her father is the governor. She is walking as if her father is the governor. Underline, as if her father is the governor. What is the grammatical name of that expression and what is its function? Number 3. Marlo told his father more stories so that he can be rewarded. Marlo told his father more stories so that he can be rewarded. Underline, so that he can be rewarded. I will expect to get your books very soon and hope that you get them correctly. As usual, I will say, stay safe and God bless.